Hello everybody. I am doing part 2 of an acrylic pour that I did on this MDF board a little while ago. Here I've just poured on some clear resin and I'm heating it up just to pop some bubbles and get it excuse me, moving a little more. This is a deep turquoise and I'm not using any blues in this piece. That's teal, and I'm using some white. And then I took I think it was my turquoise, and I mixed it with a little bit of white to add a third tone. I prefer turquoise colors in my beach pours rather than using blues. It's just my preference. And while we're on the subject of my preferences for resin, I want to warn you that I do manipulate my resin for a lot longer than probably the average resin artist does. I know you're not supposed to. I know it can scorch, but I don't really care. And the reason being is because I've stopped worrying about my first layer and making sure my first layer is perfect with no bubbles and this and that, because inevitably I always end up with something that I have to sand anyway. So I learned quite some time ago when I started resin to just, and it's just a bad habit I started, and it's just what I continue to do, but I really overwork my resin, and I just am not satisfied when the resin starts moving and giving me shapes and patterns that I don't like. I'd rather shape it and push it and get it into a spot where I like it, rather than leaving it and letting it move all over the place to a position in the end that I'm not happy with. It just drives me crazy, so I can't do it. So this is how I work with resin. I overwork it, I scorch it, I even I just even let the dust and everything settle. I don't care at this point. I'll sand this all down and give it a good sanding before I do my next layer, which then I'll be a lot more careful with. So I just like to make sure I get shapes and patterns that I like and that I can live with. So you'll see me really use my heat gun a lot. I know a lot of people don't do near as much as I do with their resin, for fear of torching or for fear of scorching and overworking it, but I'm not worried about that, so that is why I do it. There's divots and scorch marks, for sure, all over the place, and I realize that, and I do know that I'm causing that, but I'd rather get it to what I want to get it to first. So I worry about that kind of stuff later on. So I hope that explains why you're going to see me overworking the way I overwork and shaping and pushing. And there's times when I didn't have my heat gun very hot, so it was hard to move the resin, but still I just kept at it. So that is the method to my madness with resin. And I love to work in layers and create a lot of depth. It's my favorite thing to do, and often I have painted on my resin layers, and either with acrylic or acrylic and alcohol ink or just alcohol ink. So once this is cured, it'll be a mess, and that's fine. I'll sand it, but then I'll know if I want any areas I don't like. I paint over them and I get them removed. Here I am only trying to blend some colors a little bit and add a little bit of white in there without making a wave. I wasn't trying to get cells as in a swipe or anything here. Just a blending sort of pattern. So that's all I'm doing here. So that's it. Can't really tell you much more other than it's a lot of overworking the resin. And in the end, I'm really happy with where I left it in the end to cure for this round. And I hope you enjoy the process that I go through and watching. So again, the colors were Artisue Teal. Uh, it was a powder. And I think I'm using, I don't have it with me in the house here. It's, I think it was just resin. No. Yeah, it was just Resin's Blue Diamond I think I used. And that, I'm pretty sure I used that one. I was also going to use a dark turquoise. Maybe I used the dark turquoise as well. Actually, I think I did. I used Blue Diamond, Teal, and the dark turquoise as well. And I think the dark turquoise is what I added some white to and made another color. So there's 4 colors plus the white and the clear. No, 4 colors. Oh my god. I'm forgetting the colors because they're out in my garage where I did this. Yeah, 4 colors including the mixed one, and then white and just the clear, of course. So here I'm just trying to figure out where I want the foam to fall. I'm not a big fan of the waves that go straight back all the way across a piece. That's just personal preference again. Other people do beautiful work when they do that. For me, it's just not my preference. In fact, I really like the wave when they come the other way, the foam, in the direction I just pushed it. I much prefer when it's coming towards the beach instead of away. I don't know, it's my thing too, that's just another personal preference. So I push the different colors back and forth and sort of forward and backward toward the beach, away from the beach, and I just keep going until I get what I like. So I'll quit rambling and just let you watch because really there's nothing else to tell you about. Sorry I don't have any music here for you, so crank up your music and hope you enjoy. Thanks. All I was doing there was just bringing a little bit of white foam down into a little more of the turquoisey colored water there. So I was letting the piece cool down a little bit before I start attacking it again. And I'm just trying to start adding some ripples and, you know, light and dark sort of, well, ripples was a good term, I guess. So yeah, just trying to add various shadows and lights. So here's where I've left it. I cut a lot of the parts out because it was so much manipulating and you really weren't seeing a whole lot of what was happening. Um, uh, there's a little piece there, that little bright piece. I did go back and fix a few things before they were sort of cured in there. They were, and I didn't like them. So this is where I've left it. It is the most beautifully sparkly piece with those colors together. It's really gorgeous. I could work with those colors and just that palette ongoing, doing all sorts of things. I just love them. So you can kind of tell there where I've gone forward and backward with a little bit of the pushing on the white wave. That is my preference. I prefer it when it goes in various directions rather than just all one way going towards the end of the piece. So I'll probably do a little bit more wave, very, very tiny, maybe in that beach area where the gold is peeping through there, just so it doesn't look like so much beach at the end. If we ever get around to getting back to that here on the video. Yeah, it'll just be a little bit more in there somewhere. I will add a little bit more water wave, probably right down. I just really want the lacing actually, or the cells in that section down there. It'll be very, very minor. So that you can see I've really moved those colors together and moved them around a lot. And I tried not to catch all the divots and scorch marks and things like that. But trust me, they're there. I overwork and that's what it results in. But I'm happy with the overall composition and look of this painting. The sparkle you can see there is just beautiful, as all resin is. We all love our bling and our resin. So when you're standing at the other side where the beach is and looking forward, you could actually feel the movement. It's really, really nice, and that's what I aim for. So I'll continue on and show you the rest. Okay, so I've just added a clear coat, very thin layer, and I am adding just a few strips of color here and there just to get a little more combining of the colors together, and I'll add a little more depth up at the top there. You'll see that I add little strips of color, lines of color here and there, just trying to add a little more depth for the next layer. And you will see that I overwork my resin and I scrape areas away, but I do give it a good sanding before the next layer again, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm just going to let you watch through most of the rest of the video. I'm almost done here. Took a few photos outside today, and you know how hard that is with resin and making a bit of a video of it. The clouds are showing up in there. It's a cloudy day, sun coming out now and then, so tried to get the best pictures that I could, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if I see something going through here that I need to explain, I'll pop in. Otherwise, I'll just let you watch to the end now. And so have an awesome weekend. And I hope you enjoyed the video and that you're making some resin paintings of your own maybe. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Alright, here we are outside. I have finished the top coat, the last top coat, and it's looking good. I have brought it outside. There's a little bit of photos here from outside in the cloudy sky. You can see the clouds are reflected into the piece there. So there's times when the sun came out, so there's a little bit brighter video as well. So I'm leaving you at that. I hope you have an awesome weekend and get to doing some art yourselves. And if not, I hope that you enjoyed watching some art being made. Take care and stay well, and we'll see you soon.